How's it going, guys? I'm going to show you how to replace your front struts in your Ford pickup truck. So let's get started. Alright guys, so first thing you need to do is jack the car up, and let me actually make this tight so it will jack up. Remember, always have your back wheels chalked off if you're lifting the front. Also, I have the emergency brake on, so we're all good. Now first, you got to remove the hubcap. For some reason, they put on very well. Okay. Then you got to remove the lug nuts while the car is on the ground. Remember that, or it's just gonna spin. Oh God. Okay, and let's go. Oh Jesus, that's not happening. Okay, hold on. Now that they're all cracked loose and you could twist them off pretty much, maybe not by hand, but now it's time to jack up the car. And how I got it off was I got my ratchet and put a piece of copper piping on there that I just had laying around, and extra leverage. It did bend it a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it did bend it. So, but now time to jack up it even more to get the tire off. Okay, now while the wheel is off the ground, as you can see, take off the rest of the lugs. Now with the wheel lugs off, you can take the whole wheel off. It might be a little easier with two hands, so yeah. Unfrequently we use this truck with all that and the spider webs right there and all the rust on it. So if you have an all-wheel drive or a four-wheel drive, you could lock it in and it won't spin, but with two-wheel usually you have to unlock it on the ground. Okay, but first you go back here, you have to undo this this bolt. So you want to use the car's mechanics against you or for you, so turn it onto the run position, turn the wheel, oh golly, all the way to lock, and turn off the car. And so to get this bolt off, it's probably going to be really stuck on there, so I just got a normal WD-40 to just spray right in there. And I don't go no skimpy on the mustard either. So yeah, and I did tell you to wear gloves because I get yelled at whenever I come in with dirty hands and I start touching stuff, so this prevents it all. Now get a breaker bar with a extension and an 18mm socket on there, and just start going ham at it. Now once you broke it free, get your ratchet and just get that in, because using a breaker bar is kind of tedious. So once you get it to where you can use the ratchet, oh yeah, there you go. Sometimes you can even use your hand, because this bolt is kind of weird looking. It's a I don't know, it's a bolt on this weird looking washer. So next, this bolt right there, it should be a 16mm, but I'm going to hit it with some WD-40 again and just, oops, missed. Okay. Yeah, don't go easy on the mustard. So you want to get a crescent wrench or a adjustable wrench right there, and because usually you want to use an open-ended wrench right here, but because I have this pass-through ratchet set, that will work. And it's kind of opposite of how you normally would think. Like, I guess, at least for me, because I twist this way for it, you actually want to twist like you're looking from above. And once, oh, golly, yeah, kind of difficult, but, oh, there we go. Okay, now loosen that bolt all the way up. This shock will fall a little bit, but that's okay. So now loosen that all the way up. Now once you got that bolt completely off, you got to take it out from the bottom. So what I like to do is get the crescent wrench you've been using and just hit it a little. Okay, now with that off, oh god, that was a bit tough. So I just decided to just douse it with this WD-40, get this all lubricated, this bearing back here, the spacer, and just, you know, yank it back and forth, and then, yeah, but you still have this pushing up here. Oh, and don't forget that washer up there too. So this washer right there. This one you can't really take out, but I'm pretty sure there's probably a special tool for it. I don't have it, so I'm just gonna break it because the new one already comes with new ones. So just take that bottom piece off and raise it up, and then once you break that bottom piece off, take the top piece off. Okay, now there's that piece. It usually went on like that, and oops, kind of looked like a sandwich like that. So now time to put the new shock in. Okay, sorry, I like to put that bottom piece in, pull this down, and have it up here. And as you can see, it is kind of a little smaller than the last one, but that's okay. What you want to do is go get the hardware, and there is a bushing like this and a washer that you put underneath, compress it down and put it underneath. Okay, just like that. And then there's another piece right on top of it, exact same thing. And you always want to make sure that this little ridge thing down here is always facing towards the bottom, because it wants to set in there, kind of like that. And then you put your washer with the curve size facing, well, I guess that outward curve facing up. And then you take your bolts and, you know, try to twist it on there. You have to jack up the suspension a little just to get it in there because it's a little shorter. If you have one that's the exact same size, then you should be fine, but that's the way to do that. So now it is on. I still have the jack right there, and I actually just lowered it a little and put it on the tire so it would come up. So you get your 15 millimeter. I don't know why it's different from the start one, but you know, there you go. And now you just twist it on until it's these bushings right here are about the side length of the washer. Now it's all the way in. As you can see, it's kind of compressed. And if you're doing it the way I'm doing it, make sure you just don't pop the tire. But now take this bottom one, and you can't get a torque wrench up here, so you know, but you can put this bottom one in, twist it all the way in by hand. Should be an 18 millimeter. So, okay. And just twist it till it's snug. Oh, that kind of hurt. Okay, twist it till it's snug. Then get your torque wrench. Hold on one second. I gotta take that off and put that on. Get your torque wrench and set it to, where is it, 40 pounds. It's supposed to be between 36 and 42, so I did 40. Yeah, so just get it on there. So hopefully I get it the right way. And is that the right way? No, that's loosening it, so turn it. Okay, and put it on there. I would have a suggestion on don't leave your stuff in the hot sun, because ow. Okay, come on, let me get this close real quick. Okay. Nice. Got the brake line right in the way. Nice. Let's knock over the camera. You'll hear a loud pop once it's tight enough. Okay. God, it's almost there. Okay. There you go. Ooh. Now it's time to put back on the wheel. Now remember, anytime you take your wheel off, put it on the ground, and you're supposed to torque it down to 100 foot-pounds. I don't have a torque wrench or a socket to do that on these, so I just take my normal socket and do it as tight as possible, and then get that copper pipe right there and just try to fold it over. But thank you all for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. And goodbye.